All right, George, let's break it down. Thursday night football style. Oh, yeah. The Steelers, 8-2, looking to be the creme de la creme of the AFC against the Browns in the dog pound.
Yeah.
Jameis Winston.
Who's been fine.
Yeah.
395.
Bad weather coming. 2-8. Not good. Not good. But, hey, the Steelers are good. Let's talk about
The
it.
weather in this looks awful.
Yeah, the weather's
Windy,
not good.
real feel 25 and rainy.
Frightful.
In Cleveland?
Treacherous.
It sounds awful.
It sounds dumb.
Imagine being in Cleveland, Ohio, outside.
I'll tell
Cleveland,
you
Ohio. No, imagine being in Cleveland, Ohio. Stop. You made a mistake.
No,
Then
I love
imagine,
Cleveland.
imagine being in Cleveland, Ohio.
No.
25 degrees outside, windy and rainy. The dog pound is special. Those fans are special. They deserve better than the Haslams.
Yeah, they do.
They deserve better than this ownership. This team's not good, man.
No, they're not. By the way, if it's that cold in Cleveland and it's just
They
a
know how to
dreary
layer up.
night,
They know how to drink.
They drink.
Yep.
Get some pierogi action. I like Cleveland. I've been to Cleveland a few times. I've had fun every time.
Quick cheat code, then we'll get into the game.
Yeah.
If you're ever in a really cold game, say you go to Lambeau, learn this at Camp
You would
Randall.
know.
You know what you do? You take a piece of cardboard with you, make sure it stays dry, and you put it on the floor and you stand on the cardboard. It insulates between the cold ground and your boots. So no matter what your socks are, no matter how good your boots are, you need a layer of cardboard. So next time you get something on Amazon, you're in the upper Midwest, keep that box, and next time you go into a cold outdoor game, bring it with you to the game, put it on the floor. Keep it dry.
This feels like science. Like, can we get Bill Nye on the line?
Right, it's gritty upper Midwest science.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can dig it.
I learned that in Wisconsin. So that's what they're going to do in the Browns. And you know what they're going to do? They're going to do that. They're going to take that step. They're going to tough it out. They're going to drink beer. They're going to have pierogies.
Yeah.
And the Steelers are going to win 13-6.
They're used to that in Cleveland.
Yeah.
I mean, look, let's not. First of all, I said creme de la creme in the AFC potentially for the Steelers. I look at them as the quintessential. It doesn't feel like 2024 football, but they're the quintessential run the football, don't turn the football over, play great defense, don't beat yourself with turnovers and stupid penalties and things of this nature, and you're going to win games. And this is what Mike Tomlin has built literally a whole career around. Now, obviously, when they had prime Big Ben, it was different. They could go aerial attack, if you will. But once, pretty much from fat Big Ben at the end of his career all the way to present, Tomlin has built it on what the Steelers stand for, right? Running the ball, defense, all the things I said. With that being said, bad weather in Cleveland, a scrappy Browns team. They are talented, but they don't win. It's Cleveland. I mean, I could see a low, bet the under, probably. I don't even know what the number
37.
is. Maybe I'm going over. But I could see a low-scoring, gritty. You use the word gritty. Like, I could see a very gritty, grimy, grinded-out Steelers. Kind of ugly win, no style points, but they win a tough divisional game.
It is what Pittsburgh team and what Browns team shows up. Now, Pittsburgh struggled against the Ravens. Like, Russell Wilson did not look right. But guess what? They had a kicker that goes 6 for 6. Going to be harder in these elements.
Yep.
It was tied at 14 in the fourth quarter between the Saints and the Browns. And then Taysom Hill looked like Superman. They could not tackle the Browns, who have a talented defense. Myles Garrett, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah.
Yeah, he's can ball.
Deshaun Elliott at safety. Denzel Ward at corner.
Yep.
They still have a lot of talent on that defense, but they weren't tackling, and that allowed the Saints to put up 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter in separation. And even thinking about the touchdowns that Jameis had, it was a scramble drill touchdown to Jerry Jeudy, which doesn't happen.
Never.
Let's face it, Jerry Jeudy has been a bust. Doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And it was Elijah Moore elevating, skying up, and snatching the ball out of the air that not everyone can do.
Yeah.
The Browns have questions at their left tackle spot, offensive line all over. They have questions with their defense. It's just a dysfunctional group that was so talented for so long. But eventually, like, how long can you keep showing up? It's like the Jets case last year. And I've said it, where they've been through the Zach Wilson seasons. They get Aaron Rodgers, he goes down. They get through the Zach Wilson season again with a talented defense. But it was too much. It becomes too much when one side of the ball has to do that much.
Sure.
That's what concerns me is the performance they're coming off against the Saints. While the Steelers, on a short week, yes, on the road, you know what you get on the defense. Nick Herbig, TJ Watt, Cam Hayward.
Automatic.
Right?
It's automatic.
Minka Fitzpatrick.
Yep.
Again, the guys that they have on that side of the ball. That's what makes a difference, and it's just the defense is good. Nick Chubb's back. He only played like 22 snaps. Like the Browns don't have the offense.
No.
And their defense leaves you with question marks. That's why I just lean Steelers here, man. And this is a big game. You say it.
Yeah.
Like now they have 2 losses. Bills have 2. Chiefs have 1. You know what that means? That's top 2 seed in the AFC.
That's right.
They're in that conversation.
Hell yeah, they're in the conversation. I'd like to have a bigger conversation with the Steelers.
Yeah.
First, let's go predictions here. Because they just had a slugfest. The Steelers just had a rock fight against the Ravens.
Yeah.
I mean, Russell Wilson's numbers, by the way, I'm looking at them now, so I'm going to bring them up to you in that game. 23 of 36, 205 yards and a pick.
Yep.
No touchdowns. Didn't run for anything.
Najee Harris was kept in check.
Yeah, like that was tough sledding, and they were able to pull it out, and that's against the MVP of the league and Lamar Jackson and someone who's an MVP candidate in Derrick Henry, quite frankly, on the Ravens. The Browns don't have any of that. So I tell you what, I'll still go ugly, knockdown, drag out. What'd you say that total was, by the way? Did you say 37?
37.
Boy, I'm not going to bet it because I'm living on the edge with the score. I like the under, but the score is like right there, George. I ain't got the stones for it. I'm going to go Steelers 23, Browns 13. So I'm right there.
36.
That's why I'm not going to bet it. Where are you at?
In a dome, this Browns team needed a lot of luck to get 2 touchdowns against a very bad Saints defense.
Yeah.
In a dome. Again, elements, run game isn't there. They will be behind.
They will.
I do think the smart bet is laying the points with the Steelers. You get a 3.5. I would take it all the way to 5.5. I would stay away from anything around 6, right? With a 2 field goal lead. Just taking the kickers out of the equation, again, because of the elements, the effect it can have. Taking the Browns' strength on offense, quarterback out of it, I lean under 37. So with that, you asked for the final score. Like I joked about it. It's going to be a weird, quirky score, 16-6 Steelers.
Oh, I could
And that could be like 2-point conversions.
God, what a terrible game.
17-6, but it's like a missed PAT and a 2-point conversion to make up for it. It's going to be odd.
What's the weather? It's supposed to rain and be windy?
Windy, rainy, cold.
God, what a terrible...
Wind gusts could like reach up to almost 40 miles per hour. You ever use AccuWeather? Huge fan of it. Tells you the real feel. Yeah. It's really good.
Bro, that game's going to be terrible to watch. All right, here's a big conversation I want to have macro with the Steelers before we move on. Talk me in or out of this bet. Steelers to win the AFC plus 850.
Plus 850?
Is that not insane? Now, why I'm bringing this up is because you went there, and you're right. This team is vying for the number 1 seed in the AFC, for God's sakes. And that's, by the way, there are some teams. I hate to take shots at our producer here, who's a diehard Chargers fan, but I've only met one of you, so I'm taking shots. The Chargers don't have a home field advantage. There are certain teams that don't really have home field advantages, okay? The Steelers are not one of them. They have a real home field advantage. Arrowhead, obviously, Buffalo, things like this. If the road to the Super Bowl goes through Pittsburgh, good luck. I'm not saying Mahomes can't go there and win. I'm not saying Josh Allen can't go there, but good luck. Steelers to win the AFC at plus 850 feels like something maybe I should do.
So that's
I don't know.
Yes, because that's a better bet than if it's an AFC championship game.
Yes.
And the Steelers say they're home. If they're on the road, though, they're going to be dogs.
They'll be dogs on the road. If they're at home, George.
If they're the AFC championship game, and what I'm just getting to, simply put, would you rather put your money on them to win the AFC and you get a payout of plus 850?
Sure.
$100 to win $850 back.
Right.
Or would you rather take the points, say it's 2.5, and you have to put down $110 to get $100 back?
Right.
Because on defense, this team dominates. They smother. They took, in back-to-back weeks, the most efficient offense in the NFL and the Commanders and had them out of sinks. The next week, they took the most explosive offense in the NFL in points and yards per game, held them to season lows in both, and held Lamar Jackson once again to one of his worst outings of the season as well. And Derrick Henry in check, and forced him to fumble, which never happens. Hell freezes over. The Night King comes south before Derrick Henry fumbles. To do that... And that translates to doing it on the road. And that's what I'm getting to. Defense travels. The offense does just enough. At plus 850, I do like that number. And it's at that number because that means they're beating the Chiefs and the Bills. Now, do they have the quarterback that I trust in the big moments to go shot for shot? Or if you need them, like a Mahomes or Allen? No. Buddy's been there.
They don't ask him to do that,
Buddy's been there. And if my worry is that, but the defense can get them there, compared to the Texans where the defense has been up and down, the offensive line is bad.
Right.
The Chargers home field.
Right.
But they've been good on both sides.
Yeah.
Ravens, defense is bad.
Yeah.
Broncos, don't trust a quarterback. Like, those are the other teams. You go through the AFC, plus 850. That should be 6-1.
I know.
And so I think you're getting a good number. And again, if you're sitting on your couch on the AFC Championship game, and then you know what you do, you hedge.
Man, listen.
Take that plus 850.
If Tomlin gets his team to a Super Bowl, like it's
greatest coaching job of his
and
career.
also, I think they deserve a lot of credit for the quarterback position because they took shots. Kenny Pickett, what's a loser in Tennessee? Mason Rudolph, Mitch Trubisky, Justin Fields. Like they've tried.
Oh yeah.
None of the combos have worked. Right now, Russell Wilson's working, so we'll see. But I think if they were to win the AFC, boy, you have to give your flowers to Mike Tomlin at that point. He should have them already, but a lot of people are reluctant to do it. He would earn it if they win the AFC, no doubt about it.